Hey guys, welcome to IT Superstar YouTube channel. My name is Alan, and in this video we're going to be configuring this topology. In today's video we will configure the left side, and in a subsequent video we will configure the right side and enable two sides to talk to each other. So what we have on the left side is two VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, which we need to configure. At the moment there is zero configuration on these devices. The only thing that I've pre-configured is IP addresses on this PCs and the default gateway. That's all that I've pre-configured. So we need to configure VLANs on the switch, and we need to configure router on a stick, which will enable these two VLANs to talk to each other. So the interfaces are shown here, and without further ado, let's proceed with configuration. So I'm gonna click on the switch, and it's brand new setup. So I'm gonna go to enable and configure terminal, or conft for short, and I'm gonna start with creating VLANs first. So let's start with creating VLANs, and the way that you create VLAN on Cisco Switch is super simple. You just write VLAN and then the number. So let's say VLAN 10, and I can write name, let's call it I don't know, HR for example. And now I'm gonna go VLAN 20, and let's call this I don't know, ITS, short for IT Superstar. And okay, so I need to say name ITS, and now we can, let me exit out of this, and I will go to show VLAN, and we will see that VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 have been created. They don't have any ports assigned to them at the moment, which we will change in a minute. So yeah, I'm gonna use Control-Z to exit out of this, and I'm gonna go back to configure terminal, or conft. And now I'm going to assign interfaces to these VLANs. And you see that here I have 0/1 fast Ethernet, and here I have 0/20. And the reason that I chose .20 and not .2 is because I wanted to leave a range to show you how to assign a range. So let's say I want to assign a range 0/1 to 0/5. So what I'm going to do basically, I will write interface to select the interface, and I'm going to use tab to autocomplete. So I'm going to say interface range, and now I'm going to say fast Ethernet 0/1 to 5, and I'm going to hit enter. And basically I'm in this, I have selected this range, this interface range, and I'm going to go with a switch port, and I'm going to use tab to autocomplete mode access. I need to set the mode. So in our case, the mode is access, and I'm going to go now switch port access, and I'm going to give it a VLAN. So VLAN 10 in this case. So in this case, it's VLAN 10. Okay, so let's go exit. And now for the VLAN 20, I want to give it a range again, but not this way. I want to show you another way. So I'm going to assign ports 20 and 21 to VLAN 20. So I'm going to say interface range, and I'm going to use autocomplete again. I'm going to say fast Ethernet 0/20, and then I'm going to use comma, and I'm going to say again 0/21. And so basically I will select these two ports, and we're going to go now again, same as before, switch port mode access, and we're going to go switch port access VLAN 20. Okay, good. Exit, and now we can go to show VLAN again, and we can see that we have VLAN 10, HR with all the ports that we just assigned, and then we have VLAN ITS with 20 and 21 that we've just assigned. I'm going to use Control Z, and now that we assigned these ports to different VLANs, I'm going to go Conf T again, and now we need to assign to set this port 0/24 as a trunking port, and trunking port is basically a port which will allow traffic of both VLANs to go through this port. So we're gonna say interface fast Ethernet 0/24, and we're gonna say switch port mode trunk. And we are done. We don't need to do anything else because we don't need to assign any VLAN, as it will let both VLANs to go through this, or actually all VLANs to go through this port, not just these two. Okay, so I think at this point we pretty much finished configuration on the switch. And let's go and configure our router. So on the router we have port fast Ethernet 0/1, which is the interface basically that connects to the switch. So we will need to configure this. Initially, when you start the router, you will be prompted if you want to go through this initial configuration, which you should say no. And yeah, let's enable configure T. So enable, enter, configure T, and now we're going to select this interface fast 0/1, and actually this is the trick, because we are configuring the router on a stick. So basically what we need to do is we have this one interface here, but we have two VLANs going through. So what we need to do, we need to actually configure sub interfaces. So what we're going to do, as I did before, I'm going to go interface fast Ethernet 0/1.1, and let's say if I had 5 VLANs, then I would go 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, etc. And this will take us to sub interface. So if you see here, sub IF, so we are now in the sub interface, and here in sub interface, for this purpose, we're going to use encapsulation, and I'm using tab to autocomplete again, and we're going to use .1q, which is .1q, which is 802.1q standard that we're using, and I'm going to assign VLAN 10. So I'm just going to give a VLAN number now, and I'm going to give it an IP address. So this will be basically the default gateway that I gave to the PC. So I'm going to use IP address, and I can again use tab to autocomplete, and I'm going to say 192.168, and what did we say, 10.1, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and we're going to exit out of this. And now we are going to do the same thing. We're going to say int. So you see, I don't have to, I can use tab to autocomplete, but you can just use the abbreviated commands like int, and then give it a fast Ethernet /01, and this time .2. So it's another one, and we're going to go do encapsulation dot, and we're gonna say VLAN 20, and we're gonna say IP address, sorry, not ID, IP address, and we're gonna say 192.168, what did we say, 20.1, and subnet mask, same as before, standard class C subnet mask, and we're gonna go exit. We will go exit, and you would say, you might think, yeah, okay, that's it, now we are finished. However, we configured these sub interfaces, but there's one more thing that we need to do. So we need to go to fast Ethernet 0/1, the physical interface itself, and we need to give it a no shot command, because we want to turn on this. We want this interface to be up, basically. So we are issuing this no shut command, and you see that it turned green. So if we go now, if we and we go show running config, which will give us the running configuration, so you can see basically everything that has been set. So you can see these interfaces here, these sub interfaces, and yeah, that's it. So let's exit out of this, and now if we go to this PC, and we can try to ping this other PC. So ping 192.168.20.20, and let's see what happens. Let's see if it will work or if it will fail. So request timeout, request timeout, request timeout. Okay. Okay, so we made a mistake somewhere. We're gonna go, let me just double check here. Okay, so this interface is actually not in the right range. So I made a mistake when configuring, but we can fix this. I can just delete this, and I can go to cable, click here, fast Ethernet 0, click here, and 20, either 20 or 21 would do. So let's go back to this machine, and let's try and ping now and see what happens. Now this is orange, so it may take some time. Again, okay, let me just do it one more time, just for the sake of. Okay, now it works. Yeah, so it just takes some time for this interface. Okay, so basically we configured the router on a stick. We can ping each of the interfaces. So let's just double check from this side. So let's use let's ping the other PC 192.168.10.10, and now it works just fine. Okay, cool. So basically we configured this, and in the next video we will configure communication between these two routers, and then we're going to configure everything here on the left side, and we will make sure that these PCs, both of these PCs, can ping both of these PCs, and that, yeah, communication works flawlessly. Okay, thank you, and see you in the next video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and click like. It will help me a lot, and also when you subscribe you will be notified. If you click this bell icon, you will be notified on any future videos. I will be making many videos like this. I will be covering Cisco routing, switching, security, Linux, automation, Terraform, Python, many other things. So yeah, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you.